Ethnography is the scientific description of the customs of diverse peoples and cultures. It is useful in describing and changing cultures to embrace Western ideals. In this video, I describe the process of conducting an ethnographic interview. This is a standard-setting approach to attain the highest ethical standards imaginable, using only completely accurate information. Napoleon Chagnon, a cultural anthropologist, followed classical ethics to a T. He portrayed the Yanomamo of the Amazonian rainforest as an inherently violent group based on their cultural traditions and genetics. Chagnon's claims illustrated that natural selection can influence the culture of savages. Generation after generation of the Yanomamo continued the same violent rituals, which, according to Chagnon, further bolstered tribal members' violent behavior in later generations. This led to further hostility towards the Yanomamo as a race. According to Chagnon, their culture is lower on the hierarchy. This has offered anthropologists of today opportunities to mend relations with these fierce people in South America and to mindlessly debate on ethical standards. When choosing an individual to interview, the anthropologist needs to consider the relationship that you will build with him. Building rapport with your research subject is a cornerstone of ethnography. During the informed consent portion of the interview, you should present to your informant an option to participate where he cannot say no. Selecting a person who is romantically interested in you will guarantee a positive response to your interview request. It is unimportant in data collection whether or not you are interested in him. The existence of a certain amount of awkwardness because of an unrequited love is a reasonable way to begin the relationship with your study participant. This way, when answering questions, you can be sure that you, as the interviewer, maintain authority over your interlocutor. The question guide consists of a set of prompts to frame the interview. The guide is useful in all types of interviews, including a structured interview with surveys, a semi-structured interview, and an open-ended and unplanned interview. The latter one, also called a spontaneous and informal conversation, is ideal. When you're ready to interview your study participant, appropriate ethical protocols must be followed. Choose a setting in which your interviewee feels comfortable and relaxed. The living room in your interviewee's home, or a dark corner in a dive bar are places where I achieved the greatest success in ethnographic interviews. To ease your way into conversation, small talk is effective in building rapport. Make sure to create an environment where alcohol and cannabis, if legal in your state, flow continuously. This way, even the most uncomfortable or personal of topics will be within reach. Lead your participant into his answers as best you can to ensure accuracy of data. The use of one's sexuality can be effective if used in an overt and explicit manner. A little more skin, a little more data. Keep his contact details handy if you decide to share study findings with your informant. If, in your write-up, you use personal details that may be sensitive, perhaps try sugarcoating the data. Remember, you hold the authority. We must all hold ourselves to the standards of the big greats such as Chagnon and Dawson. Always offer the truth without subjective judgments or personal vendettas. Side effects may include being a shitty person.